What's going on, guys? Jeff back with another video. Today I've got something really cool to share with you. When I was doing my restoration of my vintage Bulletman, I was looking at the one I did for my Super Joe line, and I just really wasn't that happy with it. So I decided to redo him. And when I say redo, I just made a brand new Bulletman. And it was a pretty cool custom, and I really enjoyed doing this video, and I hope you guys really like it. So we're going to go back to the shop, and you can check out my brand new Bulletman build. Alright guys, well, here we are. Brand new Bulletman project. So over here is the Bulletman Noir that I did using a Max Steel Ultra body and the Bulletman head from the 1976, I believe, Bulletman. Have a few extra Bulletman heads. I like the figure, but I feel like I could have done better, so I decided to start a brand new Bulletman project utilizing this DC Comics Cyborg body, maybe this Max Steel Ultra action body, depending on how it's going to work, this old muscle body, and after I get that done, I'm going to go and do a jetpack for my Bulletman. I got some boots. I did some test pulls for the control handles. So you're going to see that in this video as well. So that's what's going on with this. I'm pretty excited to try this. It's unknown waters for me, I guess you could say. So we're going to pause the video. We're going to try to pop this cyborg figure apart and see what he's got in him and see if we can marry him to the muscle body torso. Alright guys, welcome back. Well, R.I.P. Cyborg. I had to do some destructive disassembly. He wasn't cooperating, so I got the arms out and I've got him ready to go in this muscle body torso. Actually, what I did, I had to modify. Let's set the camera up here. Sorry, guys. So I had to modify, I had to shave off a little bit of Cyborg's arms. They work pretty well. And I had to go ahead and take a Dremel and sand out the hollow out the shoulder areas, right? So get this guy together, and what I plan on doing, I sat and thought about this for a while. Obviously these aren't gonna stay in here per se like I want them to, which is no biggie, because what I plan on doing is putting a couple eye hooks on either side and stringing elastic between these, so then the elastic, kind of like the old G.I. Joe bodies, will hold these in together so they'll be able to move. So that'll be kind of cool. The elastic will give it the tension, which will be fine. So yeah, I was able to make it work. I hope you guys aren't sad about seeing a muscle body torso kind of get sanded out, destroyed, but sometimes art is pain, right? So yeah, I like the way this looks. This torso per se for my new Bulletman. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I'll try to work out the elastic details and come back and we can take a look and see how this works, and then we can kind of start assembling the bottom part. This is actually going a lot quicker than what I thought, so I'm pretty stoked. Everybody keep your fingers crossed. Alright, adventurers, we're back. As you can see, this is the completed torso of the Bulletman. We'll pop it apart. You can take a look at it. So you can see what I did here. I just used a couple eye hooks and some elastic cord in this grommet. Just throw them in here like so. And it makes it nice and tight. So yeah, that works out really well. I'm happy with the way this turned out, actually. I wasn't really sure it was going to work, but it did. So the next step, obviously, put all this pile of junk here. If you saw some of my old muscle body restoration videos, you know that I created my own grommets. And if you saw my latest What's in the Shop, you know that Ben from Prometheum 5 took my grommets and 3D printed some refined versions of it after I kind of told him what the problems I had with these. Then what I would do differently, have I done them again. So he actually incorporated that into his design, and these are really, really nice. As you can see, they just pop in the muscle body legs as so. Snap these together real quick. And is this the right leg? No, it's the left leg. And they fit in there nice and tight. So he also made a set of feet pegs as well. And here's the original feet pegs that I created using the rubberized portions that fit in here. His actually are done with the thickness in mind. And he made some 3D printed pegs as well, or rivets, I guess you could say. So I've already got one in here, like so. Now I will have to sand these up a little bit because they're just a teeny bit too thick to fit in the leg joint, or I'm sorry, the foot joint openings. So, but that's okay. I don't mind doing that. These are cool. Ben did a fantastic job on these. I have seen a guy on eBay who's selling nylon restring kits for the legs and or the knees and the feet. I don't know if he got his idea from me or not, but it doesn't really matter. It's still cool that people are doing these now. But these are from Ben at Prometheum 5 on Instagram. Awesome. So Ben, if you're watching this, thank you very much. You took something and you made it a lot better and a lot cooler. So that's awesome. So what I'll do is he even made the hip pieces as well that sit in here like so. The cool thing that Ben did, he 3D printed these in the flesh tone color, which I thought that was really, really clever and smart. So next step is to get this all jumbled together, sorted, and get the legs and the feet assembled, and I will restring the hips and assemble this guy all up, and then we'll have a completed figure that's standing, and that will be basically phase 1 of this Bulletman project, which will be super cool. And then we'll get work on the accessories. So we'll be back in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back. Real quick, I wanted to just show you the hip assembly. Obviously, if you've watched a few of my other muscle body videos, you know how this all works and goes together. This is a European version, I believe, because the American figures that I've taken apart don't have this disc. It's actually a superior design to the way that the muscle bodies in the US ones I've broken apart are, because that peg that you would normally see the elastic wrap around breaks off. So this is actually a lot better design, which not shocking. A lot of the European figures are way better designed than the American ones. So anyways, that's what I think to believe. I believe that to be true. I don't know if this is a later issue muscle body. I have no idea. You can correct me on that if you want. But anyways, I just wanted to show the hip assembly here with Ben's hip pieces that he 3D printed for me. I just wanted to give you guys a real quick look at that before I assemble the rest of this figure. Welcome back, guys. Well, here it is. Worked out pretty well. Had to do a little bit of sanding on the grommets, but man, everything turned out great. Went ahead and did a little restring of the neck post, but yeah, this Bulletman is taking shape. The next item will be to pop Bulletman's head on. Then we can get to work on his accessories, which will be the boots and the jetpack. Plan on buying a set of pants from Quartermaster and then modding a red turtleneck from Cotswold Collectibles. You'll see it all when I move on farther down on this project. But yeah, right now this thing is going better than I anticipated. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it continues down this path. Okay, welcome back, guys. Well, you've seen the Bulletman body, and now it's on to the accessories. So, obviously, I've talked about this before, but I'm using this Fisher-Price Roger Houston jetpack, which I have disassembled and taken the control hoses and gears out of. This will be the basic Bulletman backpack. If you're familiar with the G.I. Joe Collector Club Sasquatch hunting set, it utilized the rocket belt accessories along with the scuba pack harness to make the jetpack for accessory set. I'm going to do something similar. I actually toyed with using the rocket belt jets from the vintage Adventure Team set as my jetpack for this, but since I had this Roger Houston jetpack lying around, I decided I would use it instead. So this will be the basic harness on here. I'm not going to use this actual scuba pack. I've actually taken the liberty to get some sheet styrene and trace this onto the styrene. I'm going to cut it out with a bandsaw, and then I will cut some holes in it with a Dremel in order to put this harness from this Cotswold pack. I just took the harness out of this parachute pack. I'll just throw it on the junk pile, and this will be the harness for my Bulletman backpack. I originally wanted to use faux leather strap, but I couldn't really find any I liked. So I'm going to go with the OD military stuff. I think it's okay. I might actually take a seam ripper and take this apart and paint this a metallic silver color to go with the arms and helmet. I'll probably do that as well. Also, I'm going to use parachute cord for the new hoses. These are very, very rigid and not very flexible. I'm also going to cast my own handles. These are just test ones I did in white. I'll probably cast the ones I actually use for this in black. Reason being, if I painted these, I'm worried that the paint would come off. So I'm going to use a black dye for my resin. Lastly, I decided to do an homage to the Action Man Bulletman figure who had the rockets attached to his boots. I have these G.I. Joe Classic Collection boots that will become my Bulletman boots, and I'm going to paint them with this paint here. It's this flexible acrylic paint used for cosplay costumes, like the foam cosplay. It works really well on rubber. Got this at Hobby Lobby. It's about $5 a bottle, but it's a really nice metallic paint. So I'm going to paint these boots with that. And then I have found this in my junk pile. I'm not sure what the heck this goes to. It's a jetpack of some sorts. I'm not sure, but I'm going to take a bandsaw and I'm going to slice it right down the edge here, and then sand and tool these two pieces, and then these are going to go like so on the backs of these boots to form my rocket accessories on the boots. So I'm kind of cannibalizing a bunch of stuff in order to create these accessories for my Bulletman. So we've already got the backpack here popped apart, so I've got to do some sanding and some filling and whatnot. I'm still going to utilize the holes for the handles here, but I'm going to fill in some other stuff. I'm going to figure out something to do with this portion here where the button was. On my Leap, my Light Escape Action Pack, I kept this button in there and painted it black, but I think I'm going to go with something a little different. And on the top here, I might actually take this cut off handle portion of this piece and try to utilize like a carry handle for the jetpack on top. So that's kind of the direction I'm going. So we're going to go ahead and get all this taken apart, cut up, and then we'll come back and we'll start trying to put this together. Okay guys, welcome back. So I went ahead and did the first boot jet. That's kind of the shape I'm going to go for right here. Turned out pretty well. I got a lot of sanding to do, but it's going to just fit on the boot like so. And I'll paint this metallic color so it all looks coherent. Then I think I'm going to do this jet portion. I cut off like that. So it'll sit on the boot. These jets will aim outwards. Now, let's all be honest here. We don't take into account physics when it comes to the G.I. Joe Adventure Team or Super Joe, right? I mean, if we did, then a lot of the stuff that those guys had in the 1970s would have definitely not worked. That's what makes it cool. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I just got done working out. Anyways, that's what I'm going with right now. So this is the first jet. Next time you see it, I'll have them both done and probably painted. And then we'll get the boots painted and mount those on there. I still have the other jet to do. As you can see here, I've got it cut away from the frame and I've got to saw it all up and work it into a shape like this here. So yeah, this is going to tell you what, this whole project is going way better than what I anticipated. So again, keep your fingers crossed. All right, welcome back, guys. Real quick update on the jetpack. I kind of started on it. Sorry I didn't cover what I was really doing with it, but I took some of the spare parts from our rocket boot project, and I hollowed out the inside of this jetpack. I cut this piece out, and I wanted to kind of spruce the jetpack up a little bit, so I added this portion to it. Has a vent, and it's cool. I might actually add this jet piece to it as well. But yeah, this is what's going on with this right now. I'm gonna take and fill the voids with mill putt and get it all sanded up and whatnot and reassemble it. I'll probably end up cutting off the ends of these tubes here and then extending them out a little bit so I can tie my control hoses to it for my control handles. Like I mentioned, I did a casting of these. Then I have these here, the cast. I'm going to redo them in black. I think that'll be super cool looking. So that's what's going on with the jetpack right now. It's going really, really well. And I've also taken the liberty to trace. Of course, I traced out the harness. I'm going to cut that out and get it all cut so it'll accept this rig here. What I'll probably end up doing with this portion is taking a seam ripper and taking this harness out and I'll spray paint it the same color as the backpack and the boot jets. And then I'm going to print off a small Bulletman logo and mount it on the inside of this. I think that'll make it look pretty cool. So the jetpack's coming along really well. Next time I come back, we should have everything mill or epoxy sculpted or mill putted and getting it ready for paint. I will also paint these boots. So next time we come back, these will be all painted as well. So Yeah, it's going really well. So we'll be back in a few. All right, guys, welcome back. So I've taken and put the mill putt in here, and we'll get it all cleaned up, a little sanded when it's all done, but I've filled all the voids and whatnot. So jetpack's looking pretty good right now. Obviously, I'll fill the rest of that in and sand it when I assemble the whole jetpack rig eventually. The boot rockets, I filled all the holes with mill putt here, and I'll sand those as well. And then I've also started to paint the boots. So you can kind of see this is the first coat of that cosplay paint that I covered right here. Flexible acrylic paint. This stuff works really, really well. So if you guys are interested in this, Hobby Lobby has a whole end shelf of these different colors. So this is the first coat, so it's not real great. But the boots, I think the boots are going to look super dope when this whole project's done. When I get the rockets mounted to them, this is going to be a cool looking addition to my Bulletman custom. So next steps to let the epoxy sculpt cure and get all this stuff sanded, and then I can get to work cutting out the harness rig. Try to do that next. So we'll be back later. All right, guys, welcome back. So we got the jetpack all prime gray. Worked out pretty well. Looks good. Went ahead and got a boot jet painted up. Gonna kind of pin it on the back. Here's a boot that's been painted almost all the way. By the way, this flexible acrylic paint works really well on these boots. It almost goes on like a really opaque color, and then it dries and it becomes really vibrant. So I'm gonna take the boot. I'm just gonna mount it like so. So this will be Bulletman's jet boots. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those finished, and then proceed to start painting the jetpack and get it assembled and do some final touch-up work to the actual jetpack portion itself, then get to work on the harness. So when I come back, you'll see a hopefully fully painted jetpack and an assembled boot jet. Welcome back, guys. Well, we're in the final stretches of this Bulletman build. As you can see, the jetpack has been painted. Got the control hoses in there. We've got to do some final touch-up paint, but it turned out really cool. Gonna do the control handles in black, so I got my mold out for them. Just got to mix some black in with the resin and cast 2 of these. Got Bulletman's helmet, freshly painted. And as promised, here are the rocket boots. Turned out pretty cool. Got to do some final painting on those. And I've got this harness assembly. I'll turn around and show it to you in a second, but I wanted to show you something really cool I'm going to do. I've got this 3D printed Cotswold Bulletman dog tag. I'm going to cut the dog tag loop off, sand it up, and then it's going to actually mount on the harness here. So it'll be a cool Bulletman logo mounted on the harness. And I got my styrene all cut up. And this is ready to mount to the backpack once I get it painted. So, got some clothes on the way. Got to do some tailoring on those when I get them. And after that, I will mount this figure, get the jetpack wrapped up, and we'll have a completed Bulletman. This thing's going really, really well. All right, guys, we're back. So, here is the almost complete Bulletman build. As you can see, here is my Bulletman Super Joe figure, or Bulletman Noir is what I called him. I modeled him after like a vintage pulp type superhero. And this is the new Bulletman, which I've been doing in this video, who's loosely based on the IDW Bulletman figure that they did for their comics. They're a little bit different, as you can see. One utilizes the Max Steel Ultra body, the other one uses muscle body with some Jazzy Wares, Cyber, whatever that guy's name is, arms. Cyborg, my bad. So here's the accessories that I've made. So we've got the rocket boots, which is an homage to the Palitoy Action Man version of Bulletman. And I do believe the IDW version has rocket boots as well, but I could be wrong. This is the Leucoporg Benika's reproduction helmet. And this is my newly finished jetpack. Got some just refinements to do to it, but turned out pretty well. As you can see, like I mentioned in the previous clip, here's the Bulletman logo that'll be on the front chest clip. So the only thing I'm waiting on now is pants and a shirt. Got to do some tailoring to the shirt. The pants are coming from Kathy at Quartermaster. Should be here anytime. And when we come back, I'll have this Bulletman completely assembled for everybody to look at. It's a great project. I really enjoyed doing this. I just did it in my spare times of an evening for about 30 minutes a night until I got it done. And this is probably one of the smoothest customs that I've ever done. I didn't have any problems actually at all with this, which I was really happy about. So as far as the Bulletman Super Joe figure, I'm planning on putting him on eBay, I think. I'll probably keep the boots, but I might put him on there with just the pants and the shirt if somebody wants to make their own Super Joe Bulletman. I know that Third Sons Books is making a really cool metal Bulletman helmet that's pretty cheap actually compared to the reproduction and vintage ones. So if you wanted to get a Bulletman and make your own, I'm probably going to throw him on eBay. So maybe be on the lookout for that. I still have a lot of other stuff I plan on putting on eBay as well, things I've made. So, but that's not about this video. So when we come back, we'll have a complete Bulletman. All right, guys, welcome back. Well, here he is, my completed modern Bulletman. Brief description from left to right. We've got the original Bulletman from the 1970s. My newly created Bulletman from this video. And my Bulletman Noir, the very first custom Bulletman figure that I did. So, I've got a video on this one, obviously, redoing it. This guy here, I never really did a video on. So we're going to set these two hombres in the back here. Focus on this guy. So you can see, this is the cool Cotswold Bulletman dog tag, 3D printed dog tag that I retrofitted as a piece for the jetpack. I just added a Dragon Models belt for now. This is, of course, Cotswold Collectibles parachute harness, Quartermaster pants, Cyborg arms, original Bulletman head, Leucoporg Benika's Bulletman reproduction helmet. Spin this guy around and take a look at him. There's the jet boots. Cool. I really enjoyed the way these things turned out. I really like them. And here's the jetpack that I made out of the Fisher-Price Rescue Heroes figure. I kept the handle attachments, the pegs. Thought that was a cool twist for the pack. And then I, of course, made the harness and whatnot. And this is a Cotswold shirt, turtleneck sweater that I took and cut the sleeves down on and hemmed him so you could fully see his cybernetic or Bulletman arms. So yeah, man, I gotta be honest with you guys, this is one of the better customs I've done. And I'm not saying any of my customs are good. I'm just saying this is probably the one that's went the best and turned out great. And I'm really happy with it. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Now, I'm not going to do this for you, but if I pop the jetpack harness off, I've actually got a reproduction Bulletman sticker on his chest, similar to this one right here on my original Bulletman. So, but I think this is so cool here, the 3D printed harness for the jetpack. So yeah, if you do a comparison, and I'll post a picture at the end of this video of Bulletman from the IDW series. I think it looks pretty similar. I just really like the way this thing turned out. I think it's a very unique figure. I've not seen anybody's Bulletman customs, I think, look like this one. So I hope I inspire everybody to try this as well. This is a great video, actually, guys. Let me set the camera down here for a second and talk for a few minutes. This is a great video. I really enjoyed sharing this with you guys. I can't talk enough how important it is to keep this hobby going and to keep pushing the envelope with our customs. And this one here is a great example of that. It took me a long time to think about how I was going to do another Bulletman, and it all just came together. So I found the right materials, and everything just worked out perfect. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this Bulletman. So I think what I'm going to do with this guy here, I'm going to go ahead and just take his head off and sell the body on eBay. So if somebody has a Bulletman helmet or head that they don't really have, they want to invest the funds in getting the body or the original Bulletman body here, they can probably maybe make their own like this, or attempt to do one like I did here with the Cyborg. I think those Cyborg figures are only like $10. Actually, I've just seen a bunch of them pop up at places like Meyer. So Spin Master makes them, I believe, so you could definitely get that. And if you have some old muscle bodies laying around, you could do what I did and make your own Bulletman. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my Bulletman custom. Super cool. Just love this. I love this custom. So that's it, guys. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit the notification icon. Please share this video as well as my other ones on all your social media platforms. I don't have Facebook, like I mentioned, but I always appreciate it if you guys share these with your communities and your collector forums. And until the next custom comes around, guys, cheers.